Alright, everyone, welcome to, I forgot what episode we're on, 5? I think? If it's not 5, then it's a different number. I guess that's always the truth, ain't it? Anyway, this episode we're on Noelle. We have now progressed on to, I think the last of, like, the 4 girls, so yeah. The first raid is Mirror. Noelle copies down the unfamiliar characters on the board stroke by stroke. What did it look like again? Oh no, they all look the same. That's awful. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go with that. Everyone lets it down, then checks it against the writing on the board. I got it wrong. Next phrase is admit. You should already recognize. The character symbol meaning is to bear or to carry. Assuming users of Chinese would use an alphabet like most languages, infuriates me how you can't tell a Chinese character is pronounced by the way it looks. You're forced to learn every single word twice, how it sounds and what it looks like. It's wildly inefficient, there you go. A couple hours into the lesson, a kid toward the back of the room raises his hand. Teacher, how many Chinese characters are there? At least 80,000. Holy Jesus. 80,000? Don't worry, most educated people only know about 8,000. 8,000 is still a mind-boggling number. That is still a lot. Holy God. After school, Noelle does her weekly packet of Chinese homework at the kitchen table. I spent every Saturday since kindergarten tediously memorizing a few characters at a time, but it's barely even made a dent. After all these years, I still can't even read a book or a newspaper. At this pace, it's hard to imagine I'll be able to do it. Whoa! Coming in hot. Jesus, oh God. Anyway. Noelle, what is this? Noelle looks up to see her mom holding this sample packet of pads and tampons she got from school. Oh, that's from the sex ed talks we had in class. The girls received a presentation about menstruation. The school gave you this? Using a tampon is the same as having sex. Oh my God, people believe this and it worries me. Because that tells us that tells you that, okay, apparently people are not educated. That's not what the teacher giving the talk said. It's just a tool for absorbing blood. No, you'll be able to feel it the whole time, and it goes into... Her mom can't even bear to say it. It's the same as having sex with a man. The woman giving the talk said plenty of girls use it. American girls get their periods so early because they're thinking sexual thoughts in a young age. Oh my God, I was not expecting that. That was a twist of that. Okay, it's not natural. You should be thinking about. You shouldn't be thinking about things until you're married. Yeesh. After throwing away the moral tampons, her mom goes off to the living room to watch a Chinese radio show. It's hard growing up trusting very little of your parents' judgment. Mom doesn't even believe in mental illness, yet generally believes in suppositions like such dates, and no amount of proof or argument can sway her. The Chinese society just decides behind this. The Chinese society just decades behind the West. I've yet to meet a white person whose mind worked this way. I hate to tell you this, but there are people who are kind of like this. That are I think it's a multicultural thing, but still, point is, yeah, I mean that's fair. No one goes over the show her mom was watching. Colorful words and cartoon fly across the screen as cheesy sound effects play. So tacky. It's one of those shows where they interview a panel of foreigners who can barely speak Mandarin. No one cringes at the silly boing noises are overlaid over the host jokes. They're just laughing at the foreigners for not understanding the questions they've been asked. Why is this so popular? It's so juvenile and embarrassing. I feel like I'm losing brain cells so erased as I listen to this. Disgusted, Noelle returns to the excruciating, impenetrable paragraph of Chinese she's supposed to be analyzing for her homework. What am I going to use Chinese for? Watching a dribble like that? I have no interest in backward culture that produced my pathetic, narrow-minded parents. When a commercial break comes on, she throws down her pencil. I want to quit Chinese school. Her mom whirls around from the couch, alarmed. What? Why? I hate it. It always takes up my entire Saturday. They assign so much homework every week on top of the regular homework I get from school. Noelle's dad looks up disapprovingly from the newspaper he's reading. Well, you can't quit. What kind of Chinese person can't even speak Chinese? We'll lose face if you don't learn. Other people will think we're bad parents. Why does it matter what other people think? I'm the one whose limited time is being sucked away by it. My opinion should be the one that matters the most. No, you have to listen to your parents. It's for your own good. You're too young to understand. Almost nothing drives Noelle up the wall more than being told she's not old enough to understand something. Stop treating me like a feeble-minded little kid. I read at a college level already. It doesn't matter. You don't have life experience left. Yet. Some things you can only know from being as old as your parents are. What, so just because you're older than me, you're automatically smarter than I am? Yes. I don't accept that. It's your culture. You can't just throw it away. Yes, I can. It's poorly constructed. Acromic language? Okay. That's not true. If it's so bad, how come it worked for thousands of years? You should take pride in your culture. What is there to be proud of? I'm stuck learning the worst, most pointlessly complicated language in the world. Exaggerated, Noelle's parents exchange a look. You're still going to Chinese school. We're already paid for your classes this year. Can I quit at the end of the year then? If you still feel this way by the end of the year, fine, you can quit. I can? Huh? No, she can't. Think about it. If she goes to Chinese school with that kind of attitude, she won't learn anything anyway. It's impossible to teach someone who doesn't want to be educated. We might as well at least save money. Yes, the end of the year is pretty far away, but at least the end is in sight now. Quitting Chinese school will significantly free up my schedule, and I can probably read a few more books every week. It'll be worth it. When I'm older, I'll be still thinking that I quit. Noelle is so lazy she doesn't even mind being dragged along to 99 Ranch with her mom. A tribute she normally gripes at. The gripes is a waste of time. As they brown the fish ball aisle, her mom's Dakota rings. She quickly brings it to her ear. Hello? There's a pop. Her mom's face falls. What is it? True for Grandma. Amma passed away. Oh. I know I should be sad, but I haven't seen my grandma for years. I never had a real conversation with her before. It's like being told a stranger died. Oof. 9th grade. Well, modern time in the game. Anyway, spring break. Noelle isn't allowed to close her bedroom door, so she's on high alert as she uses the computer. Since my mom's busy washing vegetables in the kitchen, here's my chance. Noelle Christians such as homosexuality on Wikipedia. Oh my! I skimmed this page once as research after Akarsha started insisting Miso were remotely involved, but I'm positive there was no mention of it being possible for two women to have sexual relations. I would have remembered it. Well, sexual intercourse. Well, at this point in time with the Wikipedia, I don't know Wikipedia was like hardcore like into this stuff, because I'm sure it exists now. I'll do the lesbian hyperlink. Let's scroll through the page. Most of this page is historical a lesbian relationship. This is such tragic torture life. I already knows that what she signed up for. Before the 19th century, the word lesbian referred to any derivative or aspect of lesbos, including the type of wine. In 1890, however, the term was used in medical dictionary as an adjective to describe tribalism as lesbian love, sexual gratification of two women by stimulating intercourse. What on earth is tribalism? Is this the finger thing that Enso was referring to? Oh boy. Page at the top, there's a simple illustration of two naked women scissoring. Oh my god, I didn't think I'd be saying that today. Okay, wow. Anyway. What is this? This is so risque. Noelle breaks into a feverish sweat as she reads the page as quickly as possible. Then in a panic, Noelle closes the tab, races her web history, and shuts the computer down. At least she's smart at doing that. So I was right. I can't believe it. Such erotic content be allowed on Wikipedia. Anyone can read it. Well, British Royal Evans said I visited that page. Should I uninstall the browser to delete my user profile? Perhaps set the computer on fire for good measure? This better not awaken something in me. Anything in me? Oh, honey, you got a big storm coming. Anyway. No one jumps into when she receives a text. Check your phone. Is it just me or does King DDD look kind of sexy in this drawing? Sorry. Anyone else? Hello? Anyone care to raise a hand? You're insane! Would anyone else hit it? Hello? Noelle? Bang on your door. If you would fuck King Diddy, a penguin. You're braver than the US Marines. Slow Jeffrey. Slow Jeffrey. Whoop. Why are you like this? I'm bored. I've been stuck at home all day. Unfortunately for you, I can't entertain you for long either. I have to leave for the airport soon. Oh yeah, you're visiting Taiwan, right? How long are you gonna be there again? I'll be there for the entire week. My mom and I will return Sunday afternoon. Matt is staying for an additional week there for business purposes. Can I still message you when you're there? Do you have to use a VPN or something? No, as long as I have internet, we should be able to chat like usual. Really? But isn't there like hella censorship? No, there's nothing like that in Taiwan. Not as if I'm going to China. Right. Also, what's the difference between China and Taiwan again? Shut. I mean, I know Taiwan's an island, but it's like, is it like, you said you were shut, yet you're still talking like nothing happened? Its own country? I have a high pain tolerance. No, you don't. Anyway, I tried to ask in geography class once, and everyone started arguing. Everyone started arguing because it's a political question. Whether China is part of China or a separate country is an extremely controversial issue. Why though? To be honest, it's not clear on the details. As I understand it, this dispute is the result of civil war that was never properly resolved. Huh. So, are you Taiwanese or Chinese? Or both? Well, I went to Chinese school as a kid, and my parents told me Chinese folk tales. Is that how it works? Just because I speak English doesn't mean I'm English. To be frank, I'm floundering because I never give it any thought. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to give you an identity crisis. Even if I say I'm Taiwanese, hardly anyone knows what that means. Even other East Asians. That kind of sounds like most Americans don't really get density identities. Also, like, they think about it based on country. Like, you're Pakistan or Indian, etc. But the countries weren't split into racial lines. Like an Indian Punjabi isn't really the same ethnicity as an Indian Guru. Or Guju? I don't know. Sorry. If I'm pronouncing things wrong, I apologize. But it's all the same to non-SC because they don't know the difference all. Oh, you're right. I don't know the difference. Wait. Why I know? The answer is that to what you are. What is it? You're French. Because you're a Frenchman. That doesn't help me at all. No? No! It's funny. I feel like that's good. The other day, Noelle sits in the backseat as her dad drives onto the airport. She feels a flash of rage when she sees a passing car sporting a proud parent of honor roll student bumper sticker. Why would you brag about such an unremarkable accomplishment on your car? You're supposed to be on the honor roll. It's like buying a bumper sticker and saying my child breathes air. It's actually kind of a weird thing, actually, to say. At least in high school, I graduated with honors, which is kind of weird to think about. That's not me bragging, that's just me saying that I did that, and I question why, because I feel like I don't know, some part of me doesn't deserve it, because I took, like, different classes as everyone else, but whatever. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that existential crisis. My parents would never even bother mentioning such a mental thing. Noelle once squints at the airport signage as they pass them by. Noelle, watch the sign for us. Why me? I don't even know how to drive. You were born here. You read faster than us. Alright. How's that after living here for 20 years, they still haven't mastered English? No one can even speak English well enough to carry a conversation with a stranger. What have they been doing this whole time? Which way is parking? Which lane? Just follow the arrows, turn right. See, even though I have a PhD, ever since you were in the 2nd grade, you could read highway signs faster than me. Good thing we have Noelle with us. The signs go by so fast. Melissa scratches his head as she directs him through the airport, labyrinth roads, I think. Where is it? It feels like we're going in circles. We're not. See the sign there? The parking past the cargo area. Do I turn here? Noelle's heart stops as her dad starts to turn into the street labeled "Do Not Enter." It says "Do Not Enter." Keep straight. Oh. Her dad swerves sharply to stay in lane. Noelle massages her heart pounding. I'm surrounded by illiterate idiots. Why does it rest on me, a little child, to ensure we don't drive into oncoming traffic? They have endless energy when it comes to obsessing over my studies. Why can't they work on their own English instead? As her car pulls into the parking lot, Noelle jolts up in her seat. Wait, this isn't the correct garage. Turn around. Huh? How do you know that? The sign says premium parking. Premium means something exceptional quality, superior. So, isn't that good? Not right now when we're looking for a regular run-of-the-mill parking lot. In this context, premium parking means special parking that's more expensive. Oh, make a U-turn. We're going to miss our flight. Noelle emphasizes the car makes a series of turns. This would have been easier if you could talk to us in Chinese. This would have been easier if your English was better too. Noelle crosses her arms in the backseat, fuming. Why am I the one responsible for making sure we're not separated by a language barrier? We were the ones who chose to move here in the first place. Dang, yeah, that'd be fair. 16 hours later. Taipei? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I don't know how to speak. Anyway, Noelle and her parents take a taxi from the airport to an alley lined with parked scooters. This must be, Ong's apartment. We're staying here for the week. Okay. Her mom presses the buzzer. We're here. Come in, come in. After huffing and puffing up 4 stories of stairs, Noelle is drenched in sweat. Dai? I don't know? Hey! Yay, you're finally here! I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Shun? Ha? Sorry? Your guns so big. Yeah, I must have been in elementary school the last time you saw me. This must be one of my cousins. Oh, don't be rude. Introduce yourself in Chinese. Hi, Mary. My pronunciation is atrocious. I don't even know if they can even understand me. You say? Lair, I'm Ling. Can I talk in English? Ongling doesn't speak English. He knows only Japanese, Taiwanese, and Mandarin. Even the Mandarin he's nearly forgotten. Josh's at her daughter. She's wearing thick glasses and carrying a huge breakfast book. Noelle, you speak English with Ha? You want to go to college in America? She's very happy to practice speaking. Yes, you can call me Literature? Is that the name she chose herself? Chinese people have such odd taste in English names. That's alright. Shanha? I don't know. It's fine. If I'm pronouncing this, please, someone in the comments tell me how to pronounce it properly. Cause dear God, I was not expecting this. We are the same ages, right? Who do you think is more tall? Eagerly stands back to back with Noelle so the others can judge. Wait, you're standing on your tippy toes. That's cheating. Huh? No, I am not. Wow, you two are the exact same height. They're both skin and bones. They really are cousins. One US version, one Taiwan version. Noelle glances at Shanha and realizes with a start that she's right. It's like meeting a version of myself from a universe where my parents never went to America. I trade her with my face. You're sure I'm not taller? Yes, we sure. Intangible. That must be Taiwanese. Naha gives him an affectionate hug as Noelle awkwardly watches from the sidelines. Meanwhile, the adults launch into an animated conversation in Taiwanese. Redacted. Redacted. I wonder what they're talking about. My Taiwanese is even worse than my Mandarin. I don't know a single word. Actually, wait, isn't Taiwanese? They didn't cover it in Chinese. Could it be a term exclusively used in Taiwan? It's really a special sort of confusion, not knowing what language you're speaking. Dai leads Noelle's parents to a spare bedroom so they can put their luggage away. This reminds me how I used to assume Japanese curry was a Chinese dish because my mom made it regularly. If you have a distant relationship with your parents, your culture becomes a nubeless cloud. Is it Chinese to believe pseudoscience? Is it Chinese to have outdated and sexist worldview? Or is it just my parents, in my particular? How do I distinguish between things particular to my life and Chinese culture? Shanghu brightly takes a seat next to Noelle. Anything you have questions about, you can ask me. Okay, about the area. Tell me about the surrounding area. Let's look outside. Shanghu goes over to the window and points as Noelle peers outside at the street below. That way is my house. Me and Mom, we walk over all the time. You must live pretty close if you're able to come on foot. Yes, we are only a few streets away from Ongong. Every weekend, me and my cousins spend here. They're so different from my experience. When you are all settled, the 7-Eleven, we go and grab breakfast. Breakfast from 7-Eleven? What, you've never had it? It's good. Is it? It won't be all greasy. No, they have fresh cheap eggs, hot yams, Odin. If you want a prepackaged breakfast, they'll heat it up for you too. Yeah, America's not like that. 7-Eleven is one of the cheaper places you go to. In America, it is not like that. No, America's 7-Elevens are just junk food stores. Jonah points at the train as it rushes by. There's a train station near to us. We take it a lot. You don't use the car to get around? Not much. When we can't use the train, we ride our scooter. What else do you want to know? That's my work. Okay. What are you reading? It's a Chinese translation of a Russian novel. What's it called in English? I don't know. I don't even know either. Something brothers. There's brothers and it's Russian. The Brothers Karamazov? Yes, that sounds correct. I've read it before too. This is exciting. I never met anyone else my age who read it. Did you like it? There's just things that were of little interest to me, but I found some of its other ideas thought-provoking. For example, it argues that humans are so deeply shaped by others that everyone bears some responsibility for sins of everyone else. Everything we do is a result of huge interwoven chain reaction of human interactions, and as a result, a crime is never truly one's fault. Societal failure. Joel's disappointed nods, looking lost. I see. I guess what I said was beyond English level. I need to scale back to a similar topic. Do you like reading? I like reading. Are you nerdy? The sudden question baffles Noelle. Yes, I suppose so. Good, me too. On the wall, there's even a photo of me that what? Actually, I changed my mind. Don't look too much at it. The photos on the wall. They're embarrassing. What else do you want to know? Ask about the photos on the wall. Tell me about these photos. Okay, if you're sure. They go over to look at the pictures on the wall. The first ones of Ongong and Shunha at the park. There's a small chestnut-colored warbler sitting on Shunha's arm. That bird at the park, we found him abandoned. It was because he fell out of his nest and broke his wing. After he got better, we taught him to fly so we can go back to the wild. I see. That's very noble of you. It was Ongong's idea. He's quiet, but he's so nice, actually. You seem very close to your grandpa. Your grandpa? He's your grandpa too. Oh, that's right. That is so awkward. Yeah, that kind of thing. You're like, oh yeah, but like you have a family or you don't really know. You're like, yeah. To hide her embarrassment, Noelle quickly moves on to the next photo. It looks old. A swarm of children are building sandcastles as smiling adults look on in the background. This is me, Wan Ping and Wang Zong. Wang Ping and Wang Zong are my older cousins. They're my uncle's children. Wang Zong's working right now. Too bad Wan Ping is traveling right now, or else we could have hung out. Where is he visiting? Japan. It's his honeymoon. Honeymoon? Did you get married? Yes, a month ago. Oh, I had no idea. In the picture, the people behind us is Juju, Ogong, and Ama. We didn't knew it, but the weekend was our last one with Ama. Can't help but feel jealous that they had any weekends together. While she was spending every Saturday with her cousins and grandparents, I was at school struggling to learn an entire language so I could even begin to communicate with them. Shunga reluctantly dresses at the last photo, which she was clearly saving for last. And this one is made with all my anime figures. Ah, oh, this one is what she meant by nerdy. That's alright. I have a good friend who's interested in this sort of thing too. Really? And she's American? Yes. She sounds cool. I want to meet her. You do? Marcella turns away from the photo. Shunga points to a framed certificate hanging on the wall behind her. You should look at this award too. It's your mom's. Wait, really? Yeah, in college she would win a bunch of poetry contests. She was even in the newspaper. I had no idea. This is going to sound extremely mean, but I never suspected my mom had any sort of creative talent. All I've known her as a strict, close-minded housewife. Here, you should read her thing. She's very skilled. Shana pulls a magazine out from my cabinet and flips it open to a page of poetry. See what I mean? Some people just have a way with words. It's a big way she quit. I guess there wasn't enough reason to keep it going in America. I'm in America. Oh, stares blankly at her mom's poem. I can't read any of it. Oh, that's sad. That evening, Noelle and her parents walked to the subway. Here's our train. We should reach the night market in a few stops. Ugh, I hate taking public transit. The trains are always filthy and poorly maintained. I was gonna say, like, I feel like that's just America. As they board the MRT, I mean, I don't know, maybe it isn't. MRT carriage. Noelle steals herself for the stench of vomit, urine, cigarettes she's grown to expect from American subways. But to her amazement, the car's shiny floors and seats look so squeaky clean you can eat off them. It's absolutely spotless. Pleasantly surprised, she sits beside her parents in a gleaming plastic seat. The Shapai station. You can clearly hear what they're saying. It's not just a mumbling like on a BART. An LCD screen right across from her neatly displays the names of the previous, current, and next stations. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Her phone buzzes. Her heart leaves it when she sees that it's a Karsha. Why did you send this? I thought you liked me. Even if I hypothetically did like you, why would I want to see this awful picture of you? Personally, I think it's very hot and sexy of me to play video games against little kids, fight electronics and lose. Is that what you're doing? Now I'm back home now playing the game I bought. It's called The Portal. Dude, you love it. I don't play computer games. No, you love it, trust me. It's not like other games where you're a guy shooting stuff. You're a girl and it's a puzzle game. It's in a science research facility. Oh? I'll give you the CD just to play it. No, just play it. I'll consider it after I return from my trip. Oh, yeah, you're in Taiwan. What are you up to right now? I'm riding the subway with my parents. How is that? I hope they aren't giving you a hard time. Actually, ever since we arrived in Taipei, they've been in good spirits. I've never seen my mother so relaxed before. She must be happy to be back home to see her family. Oh, dang. That's good. We're on the way to the night market right now. I feel paranoid that everyone can tell I'm a foreigner. Lol, I get what you mean. When I'm in India, they can tell I'm an American before I can even open my mouth. Just from the way I carry myself. Her mom sighs as Noelle taps out her response on her phone. There you are, addicted to your phone. How am I addicted? Compared to other teenagers, I barely use it. You spend so much time talking to your friends. But friendships are only temporary. As soon as it's inconvenient, they'll disappear. After I moved to America for your future, not a single one kept in touch with me. The only people I can trust is your family, and I'm so far away from all of mine. The life I've been immigrant is a lonely one. Is she hoping I'm going to console her, or thank her for making such a brutal sacrifice for my sake? It was her own decision as a full-grown adult to move here. It wasn't up to me. Her mom sighs heavily and stares out the window. There's a message she always trying to pardon me. I'm lonely because of you. Noelle watches the scenery fly by. After half an hour, the train arrives at their destination precisely on time. Let's look for clothes. You need new ones. But I have plenty of clothes already. They all have holes in them. You should just throw them away already. Noelle browses through a sea of clothing racks with her parents. A hideous pair of beige pants catches her eye. This would complement my items in my wardrobe. She turns over her hand, searching for the price tag, but it's missing. I'm going to ask how much these trousers are. Do you know how? Are you serious? Of course I know how. Miffed, she marches up the stall's cashier and shows her pants. Uh-oh. Like, I asked how much are these pants? 200 NTB. That's only about $7. What a bargain. I waste by this. What do you say? I stumbled over my pronunciation. I want to buy this. Okay. Ashamed, Noelle doesn't dare speak another word as the cashier bags her purchase. Excellent. Superb. Simply superb. After 6 years of Chinese school, I still can't speak, read, or write Mandarin. She finds her way back to her parents, who are just finishing up their purchase at the neighboring stall. I'm hungry. Let's get dinner at the food court. What for? There's food stalls all over the place. We can just eat as we shop. No, I want to properly sit down somewhere and have a meal. Noelle follows her parents down the flight of stairs to the underground food court. It's a bizarre space that reminds Noelle of a mirror maze. They sit down at the stall. I saw, and Noelle scans the menu, which is conveniently printed directly on the surface of the table. Something chicken, something soup. Oh, picks her dish based on the picture, like a toddler would. Do you know what you're getting? I'll order the oyster omelet. It's seldom seen in America, so I could take the chance to eat it here. As the stall worker comes over and takes her parents' orders, Noelle mentally recites hers, determined not to be rendered an inarticulate child again. I know this. This is kindergarten level vocabulary. I want oyster omelet. That sounds a tad crude, though. In English, I normally say something like, I would like to have the oyster omelet. What do you want to order? I want oyster omelet. The woman jots her order down on pad, not paper pad. Are you American born Chinese? Oof. Huh? My Chinese was that bad? I am? I could tell, I guess from your accent. So heavy. Noelle's mom sighs as the woman walks off to prepare their meals. All those years of Chinese school wasted. It's interesting looking. Their food arrives within minutes. Noelle tries a gooey spoonful of the oyster omelet. It's delicious. You would never guess this only costs $3. Really? Let me try. Each taste a spoonful of the oyster omelet and shrug, unimpressed. This is below average. I've had way better ones around here before. Yeah, this really wasn't really what it's supposed to. This really isn't what it's supposed to taste like. Well, I'm never here, so I couldn't have known that. I know Noelle takes another bite of the oyster omelet. It's the best thing I've ever eaten. I should find out what this place is called so I can find it again. She doesn't have the name of the stall, but it's in Chinese. I can't read it. I better savor it while it lasts. This omelet I can only taste once. All too soon, it's over, and Noelle sighs as they get up to continue shopping. You've never tried harder to convince me to learn Chinese. Are you serious? We told you not to quit so many times. But you never properly explained why it was so important not to. All you did was give me condescending lectures about how I was too young to understand and why it matters, and how it would be an embarrassment if I didn't learn. English is our second language. It's hard to explain things to you. And it's true, you are an embarrassment. Ooh! 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 That was... Ow! Okay! Yeesh! Last week I saw your neighbor's son, Michael, moving the lawn, and he greeted me in Chinese. Hello, Auntie. See, that's what happens when you listen to your parents. Michael goes to Taiwan with his family every summer. That's the reason he's more fluent. Not because he was was a superior child to me. Why didn't we just visit Taiwan more often when I was younger? That alone would have made me more interested in learning. I feel like I've been trying to understand Chinese culture by looking at it through a soda straw until now. You think we didn't want to visit Taiwan more too? The airplane tickets are expensive. We have to save up for years just for one trip. Oh. But even so, you could have done more to show me that speaking Mandarin could be a positive experience. Why do you always speak to me in English even though you can't fully express yourselves in that language? If you converse with me in Chinese from a young age, I would have naturally picked it up from early use. I thought you would have had an accent if we did that. My cat just made a noise? Okay. Wow. I don't know if you heard that in the background. You good, Siggy? Okay, being weird. I think he woke himself up and he got angry. We were worried you wouldn't fit in that school. But that's ridiculous. There's no way I would have developed an accent when everyone else I interacted with spoke English. I'd have grown up bilingual without any ill effects. Resigned, her dad shrugs. Well, too late now. What can you do? Eesh, ouch, yeah. The last day of the trip. Last day of the trip? Oh, man. Anyway. Noelle and her relative visit the Columbarium house, housing Alma's ashes. Noelle visits this place every time she's in Taiwan. Noelle follows her grandpa into the worshiping hall. We crossed an ocean to see your grandpa, and I've barely spoken a word to him. It's not out of lack of interest. He must have lived a fascinating life. He's the only grandparent I have left. But how do I gain access to the heart of a stranger? Where do you even begin? Tell me about yourself. Who says that to their own grandfather? It would sound like a job interview. Even if I knew what I wanted to say, what am I capable of saying in Chinese? Today is Sunday. I am a student. She watches Shengha take a lotus petal from a glass bowl and offer it to the giant Buddhas. No, you're going to pray for Amma. Take a flower petal from that bowl over there. Can I pray in English? If you have to. Oof. I'm sure what she's supposed to do. Noelle does her best to imitate her parents. Hello, Buddha. Seriously, did you exist? But I'm sure Amma was a wonderful woman. Shengha disposes her lotus petal on the bowl before the Buddha, her eyes shining with tears. I miss Amma. To Noelle's surprise, her aunt embraces Shengha like it's the most natural thing in the world. They're so comfortable with each other. Is that how mothers and daughters are supposed to be? Yee. When I look at my mother, the first emotion I feel is stress. Noelle deposits her lotus petal in the bowl and joins Ong, who's waiting to the side. He smiles awkwardly at her as they stand together in silence. What should I do? Try to build a relationship in broken Mandarin? Tell him like I like reading and my favorite color is green? Or do I let the moment pass me by? Say nothing and remain strangers? Am I a terrible person if that's what I do? Come on, we're going upstairs. Oh, I feel bad because it is something like, yeah, family that you don't know, maybe you would like to know more, but it's just so hard to communicate, you know? After elevator ride, they arrive at the floor housing her mother's ashes, or grandmother's ashes. Alma's over here. Noelle follows everyone down the hall to one of the niches. The only thing distinguishing it from the others is the tiny name tag on the floor. Not that I can read it, even if I could. I don't know the names of any of my relatives, and at this point, I'm too embarrassed to ask. Even Shengha's name, I only know by sound. I have no idea what it looks like. Noelle's dad points to the units beside Alma's. Your mom and I bought our spots too. Already? You're only in your 50s. There's a limited number, so we made sure to reserve them before they're all gone. As well as our fairly old, they didn't even manage to have me until their 40s. Going off of the average American life expectancy, they probably have around 25 years left. Aww. Noelle's mom wipes her eyes as they open the little door of Allah's unit. I will cry when my mother... Will I cry when my mother dies someday? I'm trying to seriously worry that I won't. What kind of monster does that make me? What kind of cold, heartless person cares so little about their own parents? Is there something wrong with me? Do I just not form emotional bonds as deeply as ordinary people do? Oh man, no, it's just you don't have a deep connected relationship with your parents, and that's, you know, sadly sucks, but it's not your fault, you know? When they get back to Ong's apartment, Noelle and her mom begin packing to leave. Are you all flying back tonight? Actually, my dad will be in Taiwan for another week attending to business matters, so my mother and I are flying back alone. Aw, 1 week was too short. As Noelle fits the last of her clothes into the roller bag, Shona takes a seat, pulling a thick tome out of her backpack. Noelle feels a twinge of sadness as she watches her cousin read a huge academic-looking book. If I'd grown up in Taiwan, we probably would have become close. Suddenly, a strange thought occurs to Noelle. If I'd grown up here, would my personality have been shaped into something more similar to Shona's? How much of my personality is just a product of being raised by an immigrant helicopter mother with no friends or family around to balance her out? Would my mother and I have gotten along? The magazine Shona showed Noelle earlier is still out on the coffee table, taunting her. I finished packing, so I have time to kill before we leave for the airport. Maybe I can translate the poem my mother wrote? Noelle digs her emergency Chinese to English dictionary out of her backpack. I was being a platoonin baby in elementary school. All I have to do is preserve and power through learning the language properly this time. I'll simply look up each word I don't know and burn its punctuation and meaning into my memory. Unfortunately, she doesn't know a single word in the poem's first line. After spending 15 minutes pounding 7 words into her memory, her enthusiasm evaporates. This is actually incredible. This actually is incredibly difficult. I'm not surprised that I have nothing to show for my 6 years of Chinese school. It feels like the knowledge is just washing over my brain like the water over plastic. My brain is just not wired. My brain is not wired for this. Could it be genetic? Even after living the majority of their lives in America, my parents haven't mastered English either. It takes another 15 minutes for her to finally overcome the first line of the poem. At last, on to the second line, and I already know all these words. Mirror, flower, water, moon. It's total gibberish. It's supposed to sound poetic and Is it supposed to sound poetic mush together like that? Mirror, flower, water, moon. Noelle feels the urge to tear the magazine to shreds. Perhaps noticing her hand quaking with barely suppressed rage, Shona peers over Noelle's shoulder to see what she's reading. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm just translating one of my mom's poems. Why don't you ask your mom for help? I'd rather die. Oh, okay. Maybe I can help instead? Or are you stuck? What is this supposed to mean? Oh, that's, how do you call it? A saying. Like the lesson of a story. Flower in the mirror, moon in the water. Pretty much it means something that you can see but never grasp? Yeah, anyway. Like a flower reflected in a mirror or the moon shining on the water surface? Yes, you can't reach your hand through the mirror and take the flower. It's impossible. You can only look, never have it. I see. So, mirror, flower, water, moon is shorthand for something beautiful but unattainable. Pretty much. As D.I.E. Cheers as Noelle's mom manages to zip her bulging suitcase closed. Ready to go to the airport? Let's go. Noelle gives a half-translated poem one last disparting look before flipping the magazine shut. Is that what I've been chasing after this whole time? A flower in the mirror? If I only get straight A's, I'll have a normal relationship with my parents. If I only had a summer internship, I'll have a normal relationship with my parents. If I become fluent in Chinese, I'll have a normal relationship with my parents. What was never possible from the start, no matter what I did? That evening, Noelle and her mom make landfall in California. Instead of driving home from the airport, they take the board back. Noelle wrings her nose as she inhales the stench of vomit, urine, and cigarettes. Sorry, that's just gross. I'm just like, oh, they're so nasty. Dad's car is parked at the airport garage. Why not just drive it home? We wouldn't be able to get gas. It's not safe for a woman to pump gas. It's easier for a criminal to grab you and drive away. We live in the safest suburbs in the entire U.S. Is that why she's always has my dad pump the gas? Besides, I can't read fast enough. When you're driving on the freeway, the signs pass by so quickly. Noelle reluctantly sits down on a filthy, worn seat with a suspicious brown stain on it. The conductor mumbles something tangible over the intercom as the train stops at a station. A breathless man entered the train car just in time before his eyes frantically scour in his interior. Does this man go to Berkeley? It does not. This is the Vermont train. Shit! I need to get off the train at the next station. Jesus. Anyway, as the train continues onward, Noelle notices a puddle of liquid traveling down the floor. What is that? Did someone spill their drink? Ah! Fucking nasty! The bitch peed in her seat. What? Disgusted, Noelle recoils and keeps her feet as far as possible from the pee spreading down the floor. So fucking gross. Fucking bitch. At the next station. What is he saying? You're in the biohazard. We need to get off the train at the next station. I mean, yeah. Once the door is open, Noelle and her mom hastily drag their luggage off the train onto the concrete platform. Maybe we should have driven after a while. I don't know if art was like this. We're still several stops from our destination. I and her mom wait on the bench for the next train home. 9-car and train to Vermont in 6 minutes. Our next train will arrive in 6 minutes. Okay. Good thing I was here with you, or else I wouldn't have known what train to take. Exhausted, Noelle stares at the dark line of trees ahead of them. It's cold. Why are we here? Because the hobo lady peed on the floor? That's not what I mean. Why did you move from Taiwan to America? To give you more opportunities? That doesn't make any sense. Taiwan is superior to West by every conceivable metric, and it's not even close. Taiwan has a socialized healthcare, more robust public infrastructure, and one of the lowest poverty rates in the world. Americans have shorter lives. Even worse, they're not as good at math and science. Taiwan was different in the past. All you see in Taiwan now, all you see I know, but it didn't used to be this way. And America was strong. We were scared China was going to invade Taiwan. But they didn't. In all this time we lived in America, nothing happened. That's true, but it could have happened. But the plain truth is that it didn't. You could have just stayed put. I could have grown up in Taiwan like Shanghai and the rest of my cousins, and everything would have been fine. But we didn't know that. You think we had a crystal ball telling us the future? Oh, Mom perks up as the train screeches at the stop at the platform. Fruitvale, Dublin, Pleasant Station. I don't know. Anyway, is this our train? No, it's not. Noelle's mom settles gloomily back on the bench. You know how Shanghai wants to study in America? Yes. I told her not to do it. It's not worth it. I didn't realize how hard it would be. You'll be far from everyone you know. And your kids won't understand what you're talking about. You can't communicate with them. I didn't know that if you have kids in America, your kids will be American. That wasn't obvious to you? No. Yike. The next day. Alright, we're going... No, I think it's such a good point to stop here. I don't know. I don't want to keep episodes going on for too long. But I'm pretty sure we're really getting close to the end with Noelle. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop here. Oh, nope. Okay, well, it was a ... anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, we're gonna stop here with Noelle. So next time we're gonna do probably Noelle, probably finish off with Noelle, and we're getting really close to the end of the game anyway, so probably next episode we're probably gonna at least start to the end of the game. Probably not be at the end, but close to the end. So, yeah, but with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the, video. If you like it, dislike it, comment below what you thought, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, bye guys!